Well, good evening once again. Day 1356 of the Trump administration. 28 days, exactly 4 weeks now until Election Day, 22 hours until the first and only vice presidential debate. We have not seen a photo or video of the president today thus far. First time we have not seen or heard from the president in photos or on video since his positive coronavirus diagnosis late last week. And again today, no one in the administration will say when Trump was last tested negative for the virus. It might just have something to do with what the New York Times is reporting tonight. Quote, White House officials conceded on Tuesday that there had been an impression created that Mr. Trump was getting tested every day and a reliance on testing as if it were a curative measure as opposed to a diagnostic. Yet the president himself was not tested every day. Senior administration official would only say on Tuesday that Mr. Trump was tested regularly. The reality of this virus and its persistence, despite Donald Trump's efforts to wish it away, deny it, continue to become more evident. Stephen Miller, one of Trump's longest-serving and closest aides, he of the Muslim ban and Kids in Cages fame, just tonight reported he has tested positive. Miller's in quarantine. His wife, who also works in the West Wing, already contracted the coronavirus and has since recovered. NBC News has confirmed at least 18 people connected to this White House or the Trump campaign have now tested positive for COVID in recent days. We've also learned the Vice Commandant of the Coast Guard, Admiral Charles Ray, he's positive. Nearly all of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, including the chair of the Joint Chiefs, Mark Milley, now in isolation. Put another way, just about our entire military leadership is working and living remotely. Tonight, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany, who's also positive, who now has 4 deputies on her staff testing positive, defended the administration, said it's working to ensure safety.
We're taking all necessary precautions. Obviously, there was an outbreak here in the White House, but we've been checking on staff, following necessary contact tracing procedures. While we've had a lot of asymptomatic cases in the West Wing, and most of us have been doing just fine.
As for Trump, this morning there was an all-caps update on social media, quote, feeling great, exclamation point. White House physician Sean Conley, a Navy commander, later sent out his own vague medical assessment, which read in part, today he reports no symptoms, quoting the patient there. Vital signs and physical exam remain stable. Overall, he continues to do extremely well. President also continues to spread misinformation about the coronavirus and falsely compare it to the flu. Quote, many people every year, sometimes over 100,000, and despite the vaccine, die from flu. Are we going to close down our country? No, we have learned to live with it, just like we are learning to live with COVID, in most populations far less lethal. We have that going for us. Twitter flagged the post for misleading and harmful information. And in a rare act of boldness, Facebook took it down entirely. Today's message is a lot different than what Trump told journalist Bob Woodward. This was back in.
It goes through air, Bob. That's always tougher than the touch. You know, the touch, you don't have to touch things, right? But the air, you just breathe the air. That's how it's passed. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. This is deadly stuff.
Meanwhile, Bloomberg is reporting Trump is itching to get back to the Oval Office. He's supposed to be in isolation in the residence upstairs. Also says he's, quote, looking forward to the debate on the evening of Thursday, October 15th in Miami. Well, here's what his debate opponent, Joe Biden, had to say about that.
I was tested today again and negative. I don't know exactly what the rules are going to be, and I'm not sure that what President Trump is all about now. I don't know what his status is. I'm looking forward to being able to debate him, but I just hope all the protocols are followed, what's necessary at the time. I think if he still has COVID, we shouldn't have a debate.
Trump is still on a combination of powerful drugs to help him fight this virus, including steroids that can alter behavior and mental state. Yet that hasn't stopped him from making major decisions like calling off negotiations on the latest COVID stimulus relief bill at a time when millions are in need in our country. Today, he ordered the Treasury Secretary, Steven Mnuchin, to end talks with Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He accused the Speaker of not negotiating in good faith when she rejected Mnuchin's latest bid. Trump said the talks will restart, quote, after the election, when immediately after I win, we will pass a major stimulus bill that focuses on hardworking Americans and small business. Trump's surprising announcement came just hours after the chair of the Fed, Jerome Powell, warned more economic stimulus was needed to sustain the recovery and our economy. Tonight, Pelosi is slamming Trump, saying he's, quote, putting himself first at the expense of the country with the full complicity of the Republican members of Congress. And just within the past hour, perhaps realizing the markets plunged after his rash tweet earlier today, and he had shown no concern for Americans who are hurting or Republicans who are in an election year, the president has signaled a walkback, perhaps even a slog back. He's now indicating he is ready to sign some parts of a stimulus package if Congress can agree on them.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.